Hi, I'm Lisa from Everything Nice for Dolls. I make doll clothes for 18-inch dolls, such as American Girl dolls. I also make other sizes, like 15-inch bitty babies, and also 14-inch Willy Wishers. I also have an Etsy shop, and I will put that link down in the description area. So now, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Okay, so today's video, I am going to tell you about 8 American Girl dolls that I wish that I had. Now, you know, I did a video, and I will put that card right up there, okay, before about the collection that I have, all of my American Girl dolls. Well, there are some dolls that I don't have, but I wish I did have. Now, I didn't really get into collecting the dolls until later, I think about 2000, I want to say 2015, I think. The first American Girl doll that we ever got, it was for my daughter, and we got her just the My American Girl doll. It was just the one that you could pick, you know, that something that looked similar to them. Anyway, so that was our first American Girl doll, and then our first Girl of the Year doll was Sage, and I think that was in 2015, I believe. But anyway, so there were a lot of dolls, and you know, and I was not really into the doll world before then. And so I really did not know about a lot of the Girl of the Year dolls. So there are a lot of the dolls that now that I'm into the dolls that I really wish that I had. So, like, for instance, and these are not in any particular order, but they're just some that I picked out that I thought, man, it would be really great to be able to have some of these dolls. A lot of these are already retired, so unless I just got on eBay and spent a whole lot of money for them, there's probably not a chance that I'm going to be able to get any of these dolls. And I am never very lucky as far as getting a really good bargain. You know, I mean, I've heard of some people getting a really good bargain, like go to a garage sale and get a doll for $5. I wish that I could do that, but I don't know. I've just never been lucky enough to be able to snag a deal like that. I don't know if I ever go to a garage sale sometime, which I don't really get a chance to go very often because I work all the time. But anyway, but if I did, yeah, that would be great to be able to find something like that. So, okay, so let me put, I've got a list of all the 8 different dolls that I wish that I had now. The first one that I wish that I had is Marisol. Now, she was the first Latina doll that American Girl company made, and the first girl of color. I think that's really pretty neat. You know, I live in Texas, and I have a lot of friends that are Latina, and I just think that having a doll like that would be a great thing to have. Plus, I really love her meat outfit. Her meat outfit looks really cool. I mean, it kind of makes me think of, I don't know, boho, you know, that sort of thing. I love the little thing that she has on her head and all that. I wish I could crochet. I'm just not very good at crocheting. I'd make one of those things to go on the doll's head, you know, if I could. But anyway, yeah. And so she was a dancer, and she lived in Chicago until her parents moved to I forget the town's name, but anyway, she moved to a town and there was no dance studio there. So anyway, and so she had to learn how to adapt, I guess, there. Anyway, and so the second one, I guess, would be Jess. Now, Jess is is the 2006 Girl of the Year. She was a very sporty doll. She played soccer. She was the first Asian doll that AG had. And I just think she's cute. You know, her hair and the little pigtails and everything. And the other thing is, I think it, which I think is very, very neat, is that she is a mixed race. She was the first mixed race doll. She was part Japanese, she was part Scottish, and part Irish. And what I think is really neat is that, you know, I am part Scottish and part Irish, you know. So that's something that me and Jess would have in common, you know, is that I am part Scottish and part Irish. You know, I think it's very good to love your, you know, love your heritage and everything. So, okay, so that is number 2. Okay, number 3 doll would be Kanani. And I hope I said that right. Anyway, Kanani, she was the 2007 doll. No, I'm sorry. 2011. She was the 2011 doll. She was from Hawaii, and she helped her parents run a shaved ice stand, which I think that's very neat. Oh, I love the snow cones. You know, we have a place in the town that I live in that has a stand that they have snow cones and everything, and I don't know, it's really, really neat. I love snow cones, although I don't really eat snow cones very much because, you know, they have sugar in them. Now, if they ever had a sugar-free syrup that they could put in there, then I'd be all for it. But anyway, okay, so she is also the first doll to have her own app, and the app was called Shave Ice. Okay, so I think that's a little neat tidbit about her. Okay, so number 4 would have to be Leah. Now, I think Leah is a very pretty doll. She was a beautiful doll, and I wish she was a 2016 doll of the year. Yes, 2016 doll of the year, and she was from St. Louis, Missouri. She lived in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, that's another thing that we kind of have in common, is that although I'm not from St. Louis, but where I lived used to in Tennessee, the area that I lived in is very close to St. Louis. St. Louis was only about 4 hours away from us. So, yeah, so that's pretty neat thing. In her story, it says that she went to Brazil, something about I don't know, help out her brother or something like that. I don't know, but she did. She went to Brazil, and she also loves animals, loves zoos and stuff like that. And I believe she also had her own app too. I don't recall what the name of it was, but anyway, okay, number 5 would happen to be Gabriella. She was the 2017 doll. I did not get her. I kind of wish that I had. And she also, first dolls that she was a little bit longer. They took a little bit longer to retire her, you know, so she was out for a little bit longer. So I did not get her. Anyway, so she also was the first doll of color since Marisol, first African American doll that they had. Girl of the Year. She was the first African American Girl of the Year, and the first doll of color that they had had since Marisol. Okay, all right. So number 6 would have to be Melody. Now she's not a Girl of the Year, but I wish that I had Melody, and thank goodness she's still around, so I could still get her, and I may just get her someday. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll get her next. So Melody, I like the fact that she is from the time 1964. I was born in 1962, so in 1964 I would have been 2 years old. Melody is a singer. She loves to sing. And when I was little, one of my favorite singers was the Supremes. I love the Supremes, Stop in the... Okay, I'm not going to sing for you. Okay, anyway, so I don't want to embarrass myself. But anyway, so yeah, Melody is a singer, and she's also for civil rights and for equality, which I think that's a great thing, for a person to have. But anyway, so I like her. Okay, so the next doll that I would love to be able to have, number 7, would be Julie. Now, she is also a Be Forever doll, and I could still get her if I ever wanted to, so I might just get her someday. So Julie is from 1974. Okay, so that's kind of the area, the time area that I grew up in. So at that time, I would have been, let me see, 12. Yeah, I would have been around 12 in 1974. Yeah. So I grew up in that era, and I love the clothes that Julie has because, now I had some of my clothes when I was growing up. I had some of the stuff that she was wearing. I had some bell-bottom blue jeans, denim pants, and I never will forget on the legs, outside the legs, it had like some beaded things, red, white, and blue in a circle, and they were really cool. I sometimes wish I had those pants, but I wouldn't be able to fit in them though. But anyway, so, but I do like, and I remember the things that were pretty popular back then too, were these little peasant shirts that had embroidery and everything. Embroidery was very popular in the 70s, and the vest. And I remember my sister had a suede floppy hat, and it was really cool. And so anyway, so yeah, so that's Julie. Oh, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Julie. So yeah, so she's from 1974. She is an artist. She loves to paint, and she also loves to play basketball. Okay, so she's very, very sporty type of girl. The number 8 would have to be, very final, last, but not least, is McKenna. So McKenna is a Girl of the Year, and she is from 2012. So she is a gymnast, and she lived in Seattle, Washington. I've never been up to that area, to the Pacific Northwest. I've never been there. Now I have an in-law that lives up in that area. My husband's sister lives around the Seattle, Washington area. So, it's just a very far away place, and like to be able to go there and visit someday, but I don't know whether I ever will or not. But anyway, so she lives there in Seattle, Washington, and she has she struggles with reading. Okay. And, that's kind of what I have in common with her. Not that I struggled with reading when I was growing up. I didn't. I was a pretty good reader. That was not my problem. I didn't struggle with reading. My problem was I struggled with math. So I know how it is to have to struggle with something, I really did. Math was I really did. Now I'm a lot better. I still don't like it, but at least I can, I can do math well now. And I think the reason why I'm a lot better at math is because of a lot of teachers that I have. I have to give my teachers that I had credit, because I had a teacher when I was in the 8th grade that she would work with me. I would go, she would have me come to her class during the math period. I would go in there and she would work with me one-on-one, and that really helped me a lot. And then, so like algebra, when I was in college, I had a teacher that really explained things very well. And she always told us, she said, it doesn't matter, what time it is. If you are having a problem with it, don't hesitate to call me. And I did. I called her a lot, but she got me through it. So that's the most important thing. Okay, so that's it. That is my 8 dolls, American Girl dolls, that I wish I had. Now, I don't know whether I'll ever be able to get, maybe I might be able to get a few of them, especially the Be Forever dolls that are still out. But, if I happen to get really lucky and go to a garage sale one day and happen to find one of those dolls, well, I will definitely try to snatch them up, And if they need fixing up, I'll just do it, So anyway, so tell me put in the comments, what dolls would you like to have? The American Girl dolls. What American Girl dolls do you wish that you still had? Okay? All right. So I guess that's it. Okay. Until next time. All right. Bye.